Where are we headed?
Good boy, Bocus. Okay. Weirdo. Alright. So, that's the geothermal plant. So.
Yeah, huh?
Oh. Very nice.
Move along, stranger. You don't want any trouble. I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along.
I'm looking for Adelaide. I need some answers.
Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those.
Reed said something about former workers living in the wilderness.
Yeah, that's us. And you can tell Thompson we're doing just fine by ourselves. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you.
Where can I find Adelaide?
Over in the hothouse, tending crop.
Okay.
Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind.
We all got problems. I got shot into space.
Explains why you're still yammering on at me. No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her.
Upbeat, a little strange, love Rizzos. Yeah, I met Zoe. She was in a marauder camp.
Thank the Eternal. Wait, marauder camp? Is she all right?
She's become one of them. Calls herself the Queen of the Marauders.
Queen of the Marauders, huh? That's what comes of watching serials. Rots your gray. If you could bring her home, I'd be obliged. And if you could cross off some marauders on the way, I'd be much obliged.
Alright, well, I'll leave you be.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
You hungry? We got canid ribs, canid flank, canid snout too.
Okay.
Something I can help you with?
What are you selling?
Fresh off the limb.
This will give me a chance to sell some of this stuff. That. Keep that.
Something I
Okay.
can help you? You mean Zoe? Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go loping off.
What happened? Well, was she acting
Can't
strange?
say I recall Zoe ever acting strange. Well, except for she called it, "You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions."
Nope. Hold on, there's something
Hey,
else.
I got time.
See you around. Actually, if I remember
Something I
right.
can help you with? I'll help if I... Zoe and I were gonna watch the serials, as is our custom.
And tell me a little
She never
about Zoe.
Zoe was always obsessed with this serial. Masked Marketeer. A scion of Byzantium turns to banditry and teaches his marauder companions the wisdom of free market economics. Shame she up and vanished when she did.
What was about?
I had a surprise lined up for her.
What was that about surprising Zoe?
The other day I got my hands on a genuine copy of the latest Masked Marketeer. I was gonna surprise Zoe with it, but she was gone the next day.
Any chance you can lend me that?
Not much of a chance, no. Mind if I ask why you're interested?
She's living with marauders nearby. I need something to tempt her back to camp.
Zoe's living with marauders? Yeah, that sounds like the sort of sideways, sprat-brained plan Zoe'd come up with. Yeah, could be you're telling the truth. Or maybe you're trying to wheedle me into relinquishing my only copy of the Masked Marketeer.
Look
It's
at
a
my
collector's
face.
edition after all.
Do I look like a damn about your show?
Yeah, you're probably right. A true fan would have displayed a gleam in their eye upon hearing... Here you go. Latest cop...
Alright, see you around. So I can fast travel there, and that's where she is. Actually gonna be faster to actually just run over there than fast travel at this point. Let's talk to her. Hey.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
You must be Adelaide.
I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often.
Oh, okay.
Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Reed sent me to make peace.
Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
Reed asks you to come back to town. He's willing to make amends.
Make amends? Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned.
This is serious.
I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
I'm about to cut off your power.
You're doing this for Reed? Why?
My reasons are my own.
If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
A hero to you, maybe.
A hero to the people who matter. To us. To the ones who come around. To the ones you save. Reed will never understand. He has been too long inebriated on the wine of corporate culture. All he sees is productivity, output, profits.
Let's say I help you. What happens to Edgewater?
Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
You think Reed's just trying to spite you?
You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it.
What have you got against the town?
You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scrap Spacer's choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father...
He was
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
I don't much like you throwing that in her face to get me on your side.
I'm all right.
That was unkind of me. I'm sorry, dear.
What do you have against people trying to make a living?
It's not much of a living. Every single person in that town has sold themselves to Spacer's Choice. The company owns them. All anyone ever does is toil over a cannery. They give their lives for some heartless corporation, and then they're tossed into a Spacer's Choice brand cemetery.
I guess you have a point.
So, what do you...
I'll consider
I
it.
trust you will...
Nice. Wait, I can repair this stuff in my inventory? Oh. I'm down with that, okay. Personnel files. Let's go ahead and hack that. First century. May the Eternal bless my endeavor. It's been 2 days since I walked away from life at the Edgewater Cannery. Fortuitously, the old botanical labs are still operational. Mostly. The soil's sour. I'll do what I can. But I'm going to need some powerful fertilizer. Tired of having the taste of Saltuna linger on my tongue day in and day out. I want something fresh. Something that grows out of the earth. Found another worker from Edgewater, ex-worker now. Desertion rates must be climbing, I'm not terribly surprised. Reed's style of management had always been tyrannical. Imagine an exodus is brewing. At any rate, the worker was in a sorry state. Fever, shallow breathing, delirious. Must have been plagued. I set him right with the diet of greens. He was all better in a couple days. Physically, spiritually, he's one of our flock now. 2. First entry. I'm hereby repurposing this botanical lab from its original conception as a gear in the soulless automation of the corporate machine. This greenhouse may look impressive, but like all Spacer's Choice products, it's cheap and unreliable. I shall have to make some repairs of my own with my own 2 hands. This place has become a nursery. Before it was abandoned, I understood the horticulturists failed to produce a single viable crop. Something about the soil being too poor. I am determined to find a way. Flora are living things, as sensitive to their environment as any breathing, thinking body. I contend that the crops in this region failed because of the corporate scientists tending to them are cold, heartless, and inhumane people acting on behalf of a sterile and inhumane power. One cannot expect your crops to flourish with green and reach for the sky under those conditions. The soil is sour, it's true. I don't know how quite to explain that. I am sure the scienticians will say something about biology or the carbon cycle, but I conclude after months of my own experimentation that the secret to a rich and wholesome garden is love, attention, compassion, and a natural fertilizer bursting with organic materials, just as nature intended.
Oh gosh, it's so pretty. Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
Oh, didn't see you there. I was just occupying myself with a little engineering. Whoa.
Are you,
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff...
Oh gosh, no, I'm just along with...
Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from town.
I take it as a
Well,
compliment.
what I meant was you're... Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair.
Never too late to start learning. I can give you a couple pointers.
I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself.
All right.
You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had...
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should
Today's
find
your
another
lucky
one
day.
back in town.
I got one of those data pads you wanted.
No kidding. Really? Well, with...
Part 2.
Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. I appreciate... In fact...
I'll let you know if I
Sure,
find some of the others.
I'd be glad. What's on your mind?
How long have you lived here?
Couple months. This camp's my home. People you see milling about, they're my family. At least I think of them that way. I owe them my life.
What were
Would
you
have
doing out
died
in the wilderness?
We all left the cannery for one reason or another. Me? I was let go. Mostly on account of my incompetence. I mean, I was incompetent. I couldn't even survive on my own. Grace found me, Adelaide took me in, I've been on my feet ever since.
You weren't incompetent. You just didn't fit the cannery. Not like here.
You could stay, you know.
I should go. Alright, let's go get copy 2 of this book. Shoot. I never actually did go upstairs in this place.
Got it. Heads down.
What are they gonna need from there? Okay. Well, as long as I'm here, let's go convince her to go back. Take the same route that I took last time. And there should be a raider camp right up here.
Easy.
And I guess, oh, that's right, I killed them all. Did explore this place, did I? I did not. Alright, time for you to go
What
back.
I wouldn't do for a Wentworth.
Yeah, I've been sent to find you.
Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong.
Stefan told me about your favorite cereal.
So you tracked me down just to gab about the mass marketeer? I am impressed.
Well, Stefan wanted to watch this with you.
I see what's going on here. I'm being bribed. Well, it's working. I can't say no to my favorite cereal. I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me.
Take care. In the meantime, I'm going to loot more.
Hey, I saw that! What do you think you're doing?
Whatever I
Carry
want. Get out of here, woman. So I went through there. I'm supposed to leave anyways.
Nice.
What was that? 16? Yeah, that's going on. 9, 6. Congratulations, Peril. Alright, let's head back.
What is it?
I talked Zoe into coming back.
We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway?
She joined up with a band of marauders. They hadn't hurt her.
Zoe joined up with a band of marauders. Zoe. The same Zoe who doesn't know a barrel from a trigger. Well, I've heard stranger things. You pretty much did my job for me. Let me know if I can do something.
Any luck finding one of those manuals?
Got another one of
No
those data
kidding.
pads.
Look at that. Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. 2 whole days.
Anything else I can do for you?
When we first talked, you assumed I'd come to live here.
I am getting old, you know. These 2 lamps of mine are not as bright as they once were. Or I might have seen you for what you are.
And what's that?
Remains to be seen. Might be the man that saves the Vale. Might be Reed's personal gun hand.
Or I could just be passing through.
None of us are ever just passing through, dear. Not without leaving some footprints behind.
As long as we leave the world a better place than we found it.
More of the colony felt the way you did.